Hi, we're going to talk about Australian gastronomy. Okay, sorry. Okay, the history of Australian cooking. Australian cooking comes from British and indigenous origins. It was influenced by Mediterranean and Asia. Many years ago in Australia, Aborigines ate a lot of things that were coming from their country. The kangaroos, grilled emu, honey, and seafood. Today, Australians don't eat a lot of crocodile, emu, and or kangaroo. They prefer lamb, beef, poultry, and fish. Australian cooking is also usually composed of pies, steak, and grilled pork chops with vegetables. Um, After years and years, each capital of Australia developed different kinds of food like Chinese, um, Italian, very popular in Sydney, um, Greek, popular in Melbourne, and Thai. Seafood is also very common in Australia, in Australian cooking. Many kinds of fishes like a barramundi and the flathead are frequently used. They also cook scampis and grilled pink shrimp, which is national specialty. Australia has, like in America, many fast foods like Red Rooster, Oporto, and Hungry Jack's. That's Australian fast food. The most traditional meals revolve around the barbecue, barbie, and as they call it in Australia. Okay, their specialties. Uh, okay. Uh, there's a dessert. It's called Lamington. It's a sponge cubic cake with chocolate icing and desiccated coconut. Sometimes there's cream and strawberry ham filled in it. Lord Lamington, governor of Queensland from 1896 to 1901. July 21st is the National Lamington Day, one of Queensland's favorite icons. Those are Lamingtons. There's also a dish called meat pie. It's largely diced and minced meat and gravy, sometimes with onions, mushrooms, and cheese. Uh, there's an average of 12 pies per person per year, known as a national dish, sometimes made with kangaroo meat. Um, in Australia, there's a lot of people consume Vegemite. It's a dark brown fat food paste with made from yeast extract. Australian put it in sandwiches, toasts, crumpets, and cracker biscuits. It is salty, slightly bitter. The texture is smooth and sticky. Was invented in 1922 by a food technologist named Dr. Cyril P. Callister, and it is one of the world's richest source of vitamin B. There is also damper. It is traditional soda bread prepared by poor travelers. It consists of wheat 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 flour-based bread, traditionally baked in the coal of a campfire. Damper was invented by stockmen who traveled by foot from farm to farm for months with only basic rations of flour, sugar, and tea. Australian drinks. Rum is Australia's most famous rum is produced in Bundaberg, yeah, a bit north of Brisbane in Queensland. Burb- Bundaberg, Bundaberg rum, most commonly called Bundy, is now also available in ready mixed cans with Coke for those that don't want to buy a whole bottle. There's also tea. Tea is a popular drink for Australian families and is drunk in vast quantities. It is either drunk black or has milk added for extra flavor. Australians started growing tea in the 70s. A very popular tea is the Daintree tea, grown in very specific conditions for a unique tasting tea. Daintree tea is also 100% Australian owned, grown and processed. Coffee is a traditional beverage as well as can be drunk with milk for extra flavor. Milk is also drunk very often in Australia. There are milk bars around the country where you can buy different flavors and different of milk. An average yearly consumption of milk in Australia is 102.5 liters a year. Fruit and juice drinks. Um, Mango, pineapple, guava, kiwi, and citrus are used into fruit juices. Soft drinks can be made out of mango juices and orange juice. Other soft drinks that are commonly sold in Australia are 7-Up and Diet Cola. The income from the sale of soft drinks exceed uh, 1.8 billion per year. Tasmania is the most famous region for the cider that is used for soft drinks. Beer and, whoops. Beer and wine. Australians are large beer drinkers. They drink extremely huge quantities of beer. Foster Swan, Cast Lemoine, and XXXX, all made in Australia, are exported to countries all around the world. Not far from Australia are the vineyards of New Zealand, which produce good quality wine that is exported to Australia. Most of the fruity wines are made by the popular Sauvignon black grape. In Australia, the Cassegrain vine vineyards produce the very good Chardonnay, Cabernet, and Riesling, which are all exported all around the world. A big advantage for Australia and New Zealand is that there is 6 months average due to the different seasons. There's also Milo. It's Milo is a popular. It's a beverage very popular in many parts of the world. It is made of chocolate and malt powder, usually mixed with hot or cold milk. This drink is very high in energy because it contains a lot of calories. For this reason, this drink is marketed as an energy drink. It is produced by Nestle, but it was originally developed by Thomas Main in Sydney, Australia in 1934. Thomas was an industrial chemist and an inventor. Milo began its production at a plant in Smithtown. Its name was derived from famous Greek athlete Milo of Crotona, after his legendary strength. It is marketed and sold in many countries around the world. Thank you.